Alright, as always, you can go to YouTube channel My Medical Nightmare and see 40 plus hours video on everything that happened to me. Alright, the following is a recorded telephone call someone does not want you to hear. This is my May 2022 conversation for Regus Southbridge, and at the time I was trying to establish a physical location for Birmingham Radiological Group. Many sources online listed this address, 2100 Southbridge Parkway, Suite 650, Birmingham, Alabama 35209, as the operating address for a group of radiological doctors I had major service negligence issues with. And in this call, I am told that Birmingham Radiological Group was not one of their current clients as of 22, but was possibly a former client. Fast forward to November 2025. Over the intervening 3 years, I've had some incidents involving this Regus Southbridge location. And it's baffling really because in 2025, this address is still being given for the company and as a reference with listings for medical doctors who supposedly work with Birmingham Radiological Group. Now, I've done over 100 hours of video on my injury. The video containing the recorded phone call you're about to hear was one of the few videos that have been flagged for takedown due to terms of service violations. I'll put up some screenshots here from the social media platform TikTok. You can see the date it went up and the fact that it was removed for violating community guidelines. Not exactly sure what the reality of the situation regarding Regus Southbridge and Birmingham Radiological Group is. If somebody out there knows or has an answer, please send me an email so we can get to the bottom of this issue. I'm okay. Can you tell me what you do at Regus Southbridge?
I'm the community manager here.
Okay, fantastic. All right, do you guys have standards that your tenants have to abide by to, rent out of your building?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I need to bring up an issue that I had.
What's going on?
Okay, this involves the business, and it's Birmingham Radiological Group.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that company?
Yes, they used to be a client of ours. It sounds familiar. I think they're an old client of ours.
I believe their office is in your building, is it not?
Let me see if I have them.
If you look at
we have a lot of clients here.
Yeah. Well, if you look it up on the internet, it still comes up right there.
Okay, so they're an old client of ours. But you have an issue with them, that group?
Yeah, I do. So their office is not in your Southbridge Regus building now.
They are not. They've never been. They were actually a virtual client of ours.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. Do you know their physical office location?
So when they leave us, we don't get, unless they purchase the business continuation plan, they'll give us an address of where they're actually moving to, and we'll still receive mail on their behalf. But they didn't opt into that package, so we have no affiliation with them as of now.
This business, it seems to be somewhat elusive in pinpointing their physical location. I'll tell you what happened to me. I was a patient. You had several medical facilities, hospitals, doctors' locations around Birmingham, Alabama. And and I had 3 of their doctors. They're an assemblage, a group of doctors. They got 38 doctors, I think, in their group. And of course, radiological, these doctors, they primarily look at medical imagery, x-rays, computer tomography, CT scans, and MRIs. Okay. So yeah, I had an injury in 2018, 2019, and still hasn't healed completely. But yeah, I had dealings with several of their doctors, 3 of their doctors, and this would be Angus Baird MD, Julian Patrick Druhan MD, and another one, Donald Shane Kelly MD, I think is also one of their member doctors. So yeah, I had MRI, CTs, and X-rays of an area of my neck and my head. And these doctors wrote down in their reports that I had no injuries, okay? I found out later on that I had broken the underside of my skull. And what's more, in the same X-rays, MRIs, and CTs, which I was told had no injuries in them, according to these doctors, the injuries show up in these MRIs and CTs. So, yeah, after, 3 doctors of the same group telling me I had no injuries, I'm starting to get somewhat suspicious of this group. And I contacted this group about these doctors. They did not return my calls. They will not return calls. I tried to call this group. They will do nothing to help me correct these issues. And so, I'm forced to conclude that Birmingham Radiological Group, they're involved in running scams out of whatever office they're operating out of. I'm trying to trace this stuff down.
I gotcha. Okay, it makes sense now. Because, like I said, they were here. I never met anyone with the office. From the actual office, like I said, they had a virtual office with us, and that's what Regus does. We provide certain packages, certain offices. We have in-house office, and we have virtual offices. Now, here at Southbridge location, this is the headquarters for our virtual offices, so I actually do manage over 300 virtual offices, and sometimes I do see, most of the times, I see them when they initially sign, but after that, sometimes they just sign just so we can receive their mail on their behalf, and we kind of run their business for them depending on what they're needing, and what services we can provide for them. So with Birmingham Radiological Group, we just received their mail. So they were here before I actually started, so I'm not sure exactly who the actual person was that signed the account for them, because if they were here before me, I would not have access to see who's the actual,
okay.
I can't see who had the person or address, if it makes sense.
Yeah, I talked to the CEO of this company. He identified himself as the CEO. His name was Doyle Stewart.
That name does not sound familiar at all.
Yeah, and that's a very unusual name, my ad.
It is.
Yeah, I want to let you guys know what's going on, because if you search Birmingham Radiological Group on the internet, there's a big map that shows up, and their headquarters, it shows up at your building. You need to let the people who own your building know that this group, they're scammers, and they don't want to be doing business with them, because they're going to run into problems.
Absolutely. That was my first thing that I was going to do, because we don't want to do business with people like that, and I appreciate you giving us a call, giving us a heads up, so I can get with our sales manager to be sure that if they try to sign with us again, that we have a formal complaint from this company and this business, and we won't be signing with them, because we don't know exactly what. From the gist of it, like you said, it sounds like a scam.
They're running big scams. They're listed as making over $10 million a year. These are big level scams for Birmingham.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to put this on our complaint list, and like I said, they've been gone for a while. So obviously they found another location. They're not at another one of our centers. But if
you need to tell your office people they need to get with Birmingham Radiological Group and have them remove these different markings on these maps that show up that identify your building as their office. Because you need to.
I mark it at the.
Because they're making you look bad.
Right. Exactly. So that's definitely on my to-do list. That is protocol. So I appreciate you calling.
Yes, ma'am.
And letting us know.
Thanks for helping me.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us a heads up.